lot of things. Okay. So once you understand the basic concept, it's very easy for you. If you are interested, you can continue. Okay. So yeah. So let me start. Okay. Good morning. Yeah. Uh, so let me share my screen. Uh, okay. So I hope my screen is visible and I'm audible, right?
Yes,
So
sir. Yes, sir.
yes, okay, thank you. So today's topic is Terraform. Then this is the today's agenda. We'll continue to start discussion with what is infrastructure as a code, then what is Terraform, then how to install Terraform, then how we can build the infrastructure by using Terraform, and then we'll continue with like how to change the infrastructure, how to destroy your infrastructure, then what do you mean by the variables, input variables and output files. Okay, so this is a short and sweet agenda for today's session. Okay, so first thing is that let me first of all just give you the revise also, because ultimately when you want first till today what we discuss. Okay, so yesterday we discussed in detail about the AWS, right? So this is my AWS cloud, this is my AWS cloud. Okay, and how it works basically. So let's say here somewhere in Pune I am on my local machine. So let's say this is my local machine, okay, which is in Pune. Okay, and here somewhere there is a AWS cloud service provider. Okay, and how we work, we just simply send, we access the aws.com management console, and we provide some configurations here, right? uh, I mean, how this is the way how we work with the AWS cloud, right? And then here there is the huge data center is there for AWS. The data center means actual real servers and everything. Okay, so here you access the AWS management console from your local machine, right? And then you say, okay, I want this EC2 server, and these are my configurations. Then here someone is there from AWS side. It will check whether these configurations, whether these resources are available on the data center or not. Then by using some hypervisor technology or some virtualization technology, it will create one virtual machine here. Okay, so your instance, we called it as an instance. Okay, this instance is ready. I called it as a virtual machine, and then it assigns the public IP. It assigns the public IP to this machine, right? And this public IP is given to you. Okay, so this, through this public IP, through this public IP, now you can access your remote machine. This remote machine, you can work on this remote machine. So actually, this is the flow how we work with the AWS cloud, right? Now there are four ways how you can work access this AWS cloud. Okay, so what are those ways? Number one, this is again AWS cloud. So AWS cloud. Okay, so you can access your machine, you can access or you can interact or you can work with the AWS cloud in a four ways. Okay, so what are those four ways? Number one, through through management console. Management console. Okay, so that is a one way how you can interact with AWS cloud. So yesterday whatever the hands-on or demonstration I did, that all through this management console only. Okay, then number two is that you can install called AWS CLI. So this is the command line interface. Command line interface. This is the second way how you can work with the AWS cloud, AWS CLI. The third is called as the SDK, that is software development kit. Okay, so let's say suppose you are developing some application. Okay, for example, let's say you are developing some application in Python. Okay, in Python, and you have created some beautiful website, and from that website you want, whenever someone say you are developing again storage application. Okay, and what you are doing, you are telling I will give interface that upload your files and then submit. Okay, so user don't know when he upload the files, you are going to store those files in the s3 bucket. Okay, so in the background you are using the AWS services, right? So for this purpose, to develop such applications, you require the SDKs. Okay, so which will run with the which are run with the some other software. Okay, so that is the third way. And fourth way how you can interact with cloud is itself is that there is a called as the cloud shell. Okay, cloud shell is there, so you can directly issue the commands on the AWS cloud only. Okay, so these are the four ways you can interact with your AWS cloud. Okay, so yesterday we already discussed about the management console. So you directly access the AWS management console. You create your EC2 instances and S3 buckets, and you can use the different services. But in industry, this is used only as a start point, or this is for the layman or non-technical persons. Okay, but in industry, normally they prefer to work with the AWS CLI command line. Okay, so this is very standard practice in industry. So and again SDK also. Okay, so I hope this is clear how these are the four ways how you can interact with the AWS cloud. Okay, now why I am discussing this, because today we are going to actually install the AWS CLI. We require this. We are going to configure the AWS CLI on our machine. Then only you can work with the Terraform. Okay, so this is the background. Now let's discuss what do you mean by what okay, before that, so consider yesterday I told you how to act with how to interact to AWS console, or how to create the EC2 instances through management console, right? Now there are so many hits, right? So I selected the I give the machine name, then I click on the which type of instance type I require. I click every time, click, right? So if I ask you ki, okay, now you do it, so you required always the help ki, sir, what to do next, should I click here or there, should I click here or there, like this. So this is very wrong practice. Okay, and it might happen that you may face the fatty finger problem. So many times you are just clicking. Okay, so that might happen. Number one. Number two, it is most probably, if I ask you to repeat this activity, create the EC2 instance, uh, many of you maybe some at some point made some error, maybe click on some wrong button. Okay, if I ask you, and it is very tedious task, okay, irritating task, ki, sir, how many times we need to click? So for that purpose only, I mean, to avoid such kind of scenarios, or to avoid such kind of errors, HashiCorp company introduced a very beautiful tool called as the Terraform, and that is called as the infrastructure as a service. So in the name only, you can able to understand when I say IAC, that means infrastructure as a code. So in the name itself, it is mentioned. Now I want to create the infrastructure. I want to create the infrastructure, but I don't want to clicks. There should not be any clicks, but rather I will write down the code for that. Okay. So IAC stands for infrastructure as a code, means now you can build your infrastructure by writing a very small snippet of code. And what is the advantage of that? I can share you the code and there will be no mistake. It is actually identical. Whatever I did, I just write a small code for that. And if I pass it to you and I said, okay, just run this. You need not to click anywhere. And if you run, not you, 100 people, 1,000 people, every time you will get the same result. Okay, number one, that is the advantage. Number two, what is the advantage? I can keep versioning of my infrastructure because of this possibility. We already discussed about the Git. So now let's say today I have I created the EC2 instance by using infrastructure as a code tool. Okay, tomorrow I say made some modification. Okay, so I keep the one version of the today's work. Tomorrow I made some changes, and if those get crash, I can very well come back to my previous version. Okay, so all these are advantages of using the infrastructure as a code tool. Okay, and for this purpose, HashiCorp created the very beautiful tool called as the Terraform. Okay, now AWS itself provide a one tool called as a cloud formation, which do the same tool, same work. Okay, it is also the IAC tool actually, and it is also easy. But as I said, in real time, there are Terraform is more specialized tool. Number one, it can work with the any cloud provider. That means you can create the infrastructure on any cloud provider. That is the unique feature of the Terraform. Not only the cloud provider, but you can create the infrastructure on your local servers also. Okay, so I hope this point is clear. Okay, so let's jump to the PPTs. So infrastructure as a code and its benefits. So what is the infrastructure as a code? Infrastructure as a code, sorry, infrastructure as a code tool allows you to manage infrastructure with configuration files rather than through the graphical user interface. So you are going to write the configuration files to create your infrastructure. And what are the advantages? No more clicks. You can enable the DevOps. You can declare your infrastructure, and there is a very fast. So you can pass your script to the your users, and it will create the infrastructure for you. Okay. So these are the advantages. Next, so as I mentioned, it is a HashiCorp tool. HashiCorp is a company which introduced this tool, and then Terraform is the HashiCorp's infrastructure as a code tool. It defines in the human readable declarative configuration files, and for this purpose, they have introduced the new language called as the SCL. HCL, that means HashiCorp configuration language. So it's similar like a JSON, that is a key value pair, but they have introduced this new language to write down the scripts. Okay, after that, then what are the advantages of Terraform can manage the infrastructure on a multiple cloud platform. So just let me complete this. So Terraform can manage the infrastructure on multiple. So if I am using the, see, what is the difference between the cloud formation, which is specifically the AWS tool, which is very good work with the AWS only. But what if I want to create the infrastructure on Google Cloud Platform? What if I want to create the infrastructure on the Microsoft Azure platform? Okay, so Terraform supports so many cloud providers. It's very easy to switch, right? Then it is the human readable configuration language helps you to create the, so the human readable configuration language helps you to write the infrastructure code quickly. So very small snippet, hardly 6 to 7 line of code, and you are ready to go to create your infrastructure on the AWS. Okay, so that is the advantage of the Terraform. Then Terraform state allows you to track the resources changes throughout your deployment. Now whenever you create the infrastructure on AWS, you need to identify a lot of dependencies. Okay, but there are only 4 to 5 commands of Terraform, and Terraform do on behalf of you everything. He keep track of everything. Like if suppose I want to create the EC2 instance, first of all he need to create the VPC, then subnets, and then EC2 instance. So all these dependencies are automatically solved by the Terraform. Okay, if suppose you want to destroy your infrastructure, then Terraform automatically identify the dependencies and then it destroy. So while using the Terraform, we issue hardly 4 to 5 commands, and through that commands you can manage your complete infrastructure. Okay, and it will track also, it will keep the track of the changes also. So there is concept called as the TF state file. There is a concept called TF state file, where Terraform actually keep track of each and every change done to your resources or infrastructure. Okay. After that, you can commit your configuration to the version control. As I said, I will write, let's say here, I will write my first .tf file. Okay, this is my version 1. This is my version 1. Okay, now what I will do, I will store it into my GitHub repo. I will store it into my GitHub repo, right? And then suppose there are multiple developers are working on this, Then suppose I want to change my infrastructure, I will create the version 2, I will create the version 3 like this. Okay, and if anything happen, I can very well go back to my infrastructure. But if suppose you are handling everything through the GUI or through AWS management console, there is no such file. No, if you ask me, sir, yesterday whatever you show, please give us that file. I said, okay, no, you have to repeat all the steps by your own, and I don't guarantee that it will work, right? So I need to give you the PPTs, and then you follow my PPTs, and then you create the infrastructure. Okay, but rather if I use the Terraform, and if I wrote the script of to create the EC2 instance, I can give you the that script, and you just need to run the Terraform commands, and that's it. Okay, so that's why I mean I want you to understand, this is very I am emphasizing on this. This is the very latest tool or very standard practices nowadays followed by the industry. Now they Terraform is in the very huge demand actually. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Okay, now just to show the glimpse how the Terraform sample code snippet. So have you observed here? You have to just give the provider name here. See, observe here. Okay, so just you have to mention with which provider you are going to work, whether it is a AWS or whether it is a Google or whether it is a Microsoft like this. Okay, I will show you how many providers are supported by the Terraform. Then there is, see, opening bracket and closing bracket, and just you need to mention I want to work in the region. Now you know the region, yesterday we discussed in detail, right? So it is a physical location, and I have also told you that there are regions, like yesterday we work in the Mumbai region, right? After that, see, this is the only, these 4 5 lines are sufficient to create the EC2 machine on your AWS server, right? Don't you think it's very amazing task, right? So here that the format of the script is like, you have to mention this red color means these are all the keywords, right? So these are the keywords used by the Terraform, and then these are the parameters, right? So which first is the resource, then you give the which type of resource you want to create, and then this is the variable name, and then you need to mention specify the very core parameters. Okay, and this is the way how we core the see. So AMI matlab key equal to value like this, so key value pair, it's similar like the JSON, actually JSON file. Okay, so this is the small code snippet, and that's it. Okay, so let me these are the Terraform is a cloud agnostic. Now, what do you mean by cloud agnostic? Agnostic means Terraform can work with the any cloud provider very easily. There should you need not to be change your script so much. Okay, with a very minimal changes, Terraform can work with the any cloud provider, and that's why, because of its feature, it is called as the Terraform is a cloud agnostic tool. So agnostic means that it can work with the any cloud provider. So let me show you the actual site, because yeah. So suppose I go to the directly, I will search here Terraform providers. Okay, so Terraform providers, this is the official website. Browse providers, Terraform registry. So see, this is the huge list. There are so these are the big players: AWS, Azure, GCP, Kubernetes, Alibaba Cloud, Oracle, and this is the huge list down also. So there are so many. So uh, uh, point is that Terraform can work with all these clouds. So through Terraform, you can create your infrastructure on all these cloud platforms. That is the point. Okay. So these are the partner platform. So how many pages are there? There are total 60 pages. See, if you observe here next, so there is a huge list, huge list, partner providers and all that. And here you can, like filter out also results. So HashiCorp platform are there. So infrastructure management is there. Public cloud is there. So like this, it will show the results. Okay. So these are nothing but a provider. And what is a provider? It is a logical abstraction of the upstream API, and they are responsible to understand the API interaction and expose. So meaning is that uh, Terraform can work with all these providers. Okay, so I'm going to explain in detail how it works. So this is the official website, and because of this feature, it is called as the cloud agnostic. Okay, that is important. Okay, so before understanding the Terraform workflow, have you understood this? If you understood this concept, please type one, or please ask me question if you have any, or otherwise we'll discuss the how Terraform works. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for your responses. So we'll discuss now how Terraform, what is the workflow of the Terraform. Okay. So, so TF, it's used for the Terraform shortcut. Okay. So see, now what we'll do, you on your local machine again, I am going to install Terraform. Okay, I'm going to install Terraform. Okay, and then sorry, install Terraform. Okay, and now once the Terraform is installed, okay, so what it do, Terraform tool, let's say here is some if you mention that I want to work with the AWS, so what Terraform do, it install the plugins, all the plugins, okay, all the plugins required to work with the AWS, right? And here is the AWS cloud, right? Here is the AWS cloud. Okay, so what happened is that when you install the plugins, okay, and you mention that this is my script, I want to create the EC2, I want to create the S3 bucket on my this AWS cloud, right? So what these plugins do, after that what happened, through these plugins, Terraform interact with your AWS cloud on behalf of you. Okay, and all this communication is happen through API calls, through API calls. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so whatever you written in your script, that will be created by the Terraform through API calls only. Okay, now AWS is a, now I want see, try to understand this is very important. Okay, there is a separation. AWS is a different party. Okay, and Terraform is a different party. You want to create the infrastructure on AWS through Terraform, right? AWS is very particular about the security concern. What AWS says? See, when I give you access to my management console, I always ask your root account, username and password, right? Now you are telling me Terraform is going to create the infrastructure, so I need authentication. Okay, for that purpose, there are multiple ways you can set up your security credentials through Terraform. Once again, I repeat, this is important. So what AWS says, I need authentication, then only I will allow Terraform to work in on behalf of you. Okay, so you require to specify the security credentials. Okay, and there are different ways. Number one is called as the environment variable. So on your local machine, you can set up the environment variables where you will save your access key and the access key and the token, access key and the token, which will work as a username and password. Okay, second option is that, so first option is, let me write here, first option is environment variable. So here you can specify your credentials. Number two is AWS, through AWS CLI. Okay, number three is number three is itself itself in the Terraform script. Okay, but obviously if suppose I am keeping my Terraform script on the versioning system, and if you are able to access it, I don't want you should able to see my credentials, right? So obviously this is not a good practice. Okay. Environment variable, yes, you can do it. But today what I'm going to demonstrate is how to set up, how to give the credentials through AWS CLI. Okay. So this we are going to do. Okay. Again, why we need this, why the authentication is required, because Terraform is going to create the infrastructure on AWS cloud on behalf of you. Okay. And AWS require the uh, uh, security authentication, then only it will allow Terraform to create the infrastructure. Okay. So I hope this is clear now. Actual workflow, what are the steps while working with the Terraform? So number one is Terraform workflow. Terraform workflow. Terraform workflow. Okay. So first step is that you always write the script. Okay. You always write the Terraform script. Okay. And after that, what do you do? After that, we will plan it. We will plan, plan, plan. Okay. And then third is the apply. Third is the apply. Okay. So this is a very simple Terraform workflow. Okay. These are the three steps only. So first step, you write your script, and then you said, okay, let's see whether what I am planning, whatever I have written is exactly what I want. Okay. So if a plan is again this step is used for the review your script. Okay. It will show you the glimpse. Okay. You have written this in your script, so do you want exactly this? And if you say yes, my script is perfect, and then after that you will apply the changes. Okay. And if not, if you want to review your script and you want to modify your script, you again go back and again do the modification. Okay. This is the simplest way how Terraform workflow works. Okay. So first thing, you write the script, you plan the script. If you are not okay with this, if you want modify, you again go back and again do the modification, again you plan. And once you say okay, this is perfect, I want to apply this script, then the third step is you apply script. And as soon as you apply, whatever written in the script, that will be applicable to your cloud provider. Okay. So this is the way it works. So So, see here. So you are the cloud practitioner. You are the cloud practitioner. You first write the script, infrastructure as a code. Then you plan. Once you plan, then you apply. If you are not agree, you again go back again, write, make changes. Once you apply through this API call, apply means why are so many providers, because depends on your script whether you are using AWS in your script or Google. So this will be applied to a particular cloud provider, and then finally infrastructure is created on the that cloud provider, like this. So this is the workflow. Okay. So first is the scope you can give, or you can skip. Identify the infrastructure for your project. Then author, you have to write down the configuration, whosoever created that is we called it as author. Then these are the commands we use. So initialize means install the plugins Terraform needed to manage the infrastructure. Then we give the command plan, which will preview the changes Terraform will make to match your configuration. And finally we apply the changes, make the plan changes. So from this slide, what I'm trying to say, we are actually going to use only these basic commands. So if you use Terraform commands. Okay. Terraform command, first we are going to use the terraform init command to initialize. Okay. Number two, so these are the commands we are going to use. This is a very easy command. Number two command is the terraform plan command, and third is the terraform apply command. Terraform apply command. So first we are going to discuss step by step how to initialize, what happened, what is the terraform plan command, and what is the terraform apply command. Okay. Okay. So now we will set up the environment, then we will take a break, and after that we will continue with the hands-on session. This is the simple way. So to install the Terraform, basically its installation is very easy. But to work with the Terraform, you need few more things. Okay. So again, first of all, I need the IAM user in your AWS account. Okay. So yesterday we have already created one IAM user. Okay. After that, step two is the login with the IAM user and download the security credentials. As I mentioned, you require this step so that the AWS can authenticate you. After that, third step is download the AWS CLI and configure it. This all steps we are going to perform. Okay. And after that, we will download the Terraform and install the Terraform. Now, this word is wrong actually, because Terraform simple, it's a folder. It's simple a folder. Okay. It's just a zip file. You have to just extract it and you have to keep in your C drive. That's it. And then add the path to your environment variable. That's it. Done. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll complete this scenario. We'll keep everything ready, and then we'll start working with the Terraform. Okay. So let me show you how to set up the environment to work with the Terraform. Okay. So first of all, I will show you. So this is the Terraform official website. Okay. So Terraform, and as I said, I want to download the Terraform. I will just search Terraform download in Google. So I will click here, install Terraform. Okay. So directly I am on the download page. Here, as per your OS, you can select the Terraform. Okay. So as I'm working on the Windows, I will click here, and this is the you have to specify whether your processor is AMD or Intel. Okay. So if it is Intel, then just download this file. If you're AMD, download this file. Okay. And there are detailed steps is given for the each and every operating system, right? So once you download this file, you will it will seem like this. So in the downloads, see here, see this Terraform 1.3.8 Windows 386. So it's simply a zip folder. Just just unzip it, just extract file here. Okay. Change the name, and then just keep it in the C drive. Copy it into the C drive. Okay. And then you need to add this path. You need to add this path to your environment variable, right? So is this clear? Is this clear? Just tell me once. I mean, just respond. To install the Terraform on your machine, once again, I just repeat the step. Just search Terraform download. Visit this site. As per your OS, follow the steps. As per your OS, follow the steps. Okay. As I am on Windows, I will download this file, which will automatically get downloaded in my download folders. Once you will find this file like this, you will find in your downloads the zip folder of this. See, this is highlighted, Terraform underscore 1.3.8, like this. Maybe you will find another version. So this is a zip folder. Just extract it. Okay, extract it, and then give the name Terraform only, in small case Terraform. And once you extract it, copy it in your C drive. Copy it in your C drive. See, this is my folder Terraform, right? And then you need to add this path to your environment variable. So you know how to add this path, right? So environment variable, you have to click here, then environment variable, and then in the path you can new, see here, new, and then you can add it like this. Okay. So if you see here, I have already added here C:/Terraform. So these are the very simple steps. Just let me know if you understand, because this is important. If you can only work if your Terraform is working, right? So just is this clear? Just type one. So we have just installed the Terraform. That's it. My Terraform is there. And how to verify it, whether the Terraform is working properly? Just simply you need to open the PowerShell. Open the PowerShell, run as administrator, and then just on this PowerShell, I said cd c colon slash clear, and then I will give Terraform hyphen version. So see, if it is showing me this Terraform version, that means my Terraform is working. That's it. Uh, so I assume this is you understood. Okay, thank you for your responses. Yeah. So I hope this done. Okay. Now I need to set up my AWS CLI also, right? So so let me repeat the steps that these are again required. So I will go to my management console. I will sign to my management console. I will create the IAM user. So yesterday we have created one IAM user, right? So let me log in as a IAM user. So see the as per the slides, I have completed these last two steps, right? I have downloaded the Terraform and I have installed the Terraform. Now my Terraform is working. Now I want to perform this first three steps. The first step is that create a IAM user in your AWS account, okay? And then log in with the IAM user and download the security credentials. That I am going to do right now. So let me log in as a let me log in as a So yesterday, if you remember, we have created the FDP admin IAM user. This is the link which is provided by. Sorry, this is the link which is provided by the. Yesterday we downloaded this, right? So this is the link. So I am login. I will log in as a IAM user now. Okay, so this is the IAM user login. And then my admin FTP admin was the username, and then this is my password 008. Then sign in. Okay, and then here if you click here on the security credentials, okay, you have to click here on your IAM user log name. Just click here and click on the security credentials. So if you are on the security credentials, then you need to download the one key, because as I mentioned, that key is required to authenticate you, right? So here you will observe here access keys. Okay, access keys. So here you can click create access key, and then you have to click on the command line interface. Okay, and then click on the I understand and the next. Okay, and then here you have to give some new key. So I said fdp new key, fdp new key. Okay, so this is the my key name, fdp new key. So what I am doing, I am creating my security credentials, a key, and that I am going to download it on my machine. And here I am clicking on the create access key, fdp new key. Okay, now see here, it is not downloaded. It is this is the access key and this is the secret access key. This will work as your username and this will work as your password. So it is compulsory, you have to download this CSV file. Okay, so I download it because I need it to set up the configuration, or to configure my AWS CLI. I need these credentials, access key and the secret access key. Okay, so I have downloaded it. This is my key, that is fdp new key. Okay, I just close here, don't save. So let me check whether I have downloaded it. So FDP admin access key, right? You have to download it. That's it. Okay. Now what we'll do? The third part we need, that is the AWS CLI software. Okay. So AWS CLI download. I will repeat these steps once. Let me finish first. Okay. So installing and updating the latest version of AWS CLI. So I will click here, and then you need to download it from the site. Okay, here it is given. So if you are on the Windows, just click here, and here it is mentioned how to download the AWS CLI, or just simply you can download the AWS CLI from this by clicking this site. Okay, now I have already downloaded it. Let me show you how it looks. uh, See here, AWS CLI. So this is the setup file. Okay, this is the setup file. So let me install this. So I will double click on the AWS CLI. It is saying me welcome to the AWS command line interface. I say next, I accept, next, next, install. Okay, now it is installing the AWS CLI command line interface software for me. Okay, so if you see here, suppose I try to run the AWS CLI command here, AWS S3 AWS S3 LS. So it is showing me that the term AWS is not recognized. So it is showing me that I cannot run the AWS CLI command. You need AWS CLI software. So right now I am installing this AWS CLI software here. So let it finish. Um, So once again, I repeat, we install the Terraform. Just download the folder from Terraform site. Then you require the AWS CLI. So I am installing right now. So this is finished. AWS CLI is installed. Then you require the IAM security credentials. These three things are important to work with the Terraform. Okay. Now if you see here, now I have installed the Terraform CLI. Okay. So AWS CLI. If I right now there is not recognized. So let me again open the PowerShell once, and let me configure this also. Okay, so if I now say AWS and press enter, so see AWS, sorry, cd c colon slash cl AWS CLI. Okay, so are you able to see this the all list of commands of AWS? That means my AWS CLI is installed now. Okay, so you can able to observe I can work with the EC2 instance. See here, AWS EC2 instance, AWS S3. So the final point is that now I can work with my AWS through command line. Okay, so there is no need to log into the management console, and there is no GUI. Okay, so through this we will work. Now I have installed the AWS CLI. Now I need to configure it. Okay, so how to configure AWS configure? This is the command. Okay, now what it will do, it will ask me the first it will ask me provide me your AWS access key. Okay, so as we have downloaded this security credential, I will provide the my access key. I will provide my access key. See here, I will provide my access key here. Okay, so I will provide my access key. Now it is asking me tell me your secret access key. That means your password. So this is my secret access key. That also I will provide here and enter. Now it is asking me what is the default region you want to work, whether you want to work with the US East one or US West one, like this. But we are working with the AP South one, Mumbai region. So I will keep it as it is. So this is my default region. And then it is asking me what is your output format, whether it is a JSON or what. So I said no, keep it the JSON only, and press enter. And now done. Okay, now let me show you how to work with the uh, uh, how to work through this CLI. Okay, now let's suppose I will create. So let me issue one simple command. I said AWS S3 LS. Okay. Now there is no S3 bucket is available on my account, so it is not going to provide me any list. Okay. Now let me upload. Now here I am in my account, IAM account. Here I will upload, I will create one bucket. I will create one bucket. Just I will create one bucket here, and I will show how it will how through command prompt you can work with the AWS account. So here I will press create bucket, and here let me give you any random name. Let's say VIIT bucket, and 3241 something. Okay, and I am creating this in the Asia Pacific South one. Choose the bucket, and I simply say create bucket. Okay. So in my account, you can do this through command prompt also. But right now we are not interested to learn the AWS CLI. But I just wanted to demonstrate you how you can work with it. Okay. So I have just created the VIIT bucket one. Now let me issue the command again. AWS S3 LS. Now have you observed it has given me the bucket name. Okay. So this is the way now you can issue the commands and you can work with your AWS account through command prompt. And that's why you require this AWS CLI software, and you need to configure it also. Now till this point everything is set now. So what we did, we we followed these steps. I have created one IAM user. I have logged in with the IAM user and downloaded the security credential. I have downloaded the AWS CLI and I have configured it also. I have downloaded Terraform and installed. Terraform is installed now. Okay, so this is the minimum environment you require to go further with the Terraform. Okay, so yes, uh, we are ready to take a break. So we'll take a 10-minute break, and I am here only. If you have any doubt, queries, please let me know. So we'll meet at the 10 11 10, and if you have any queries you can type it. So till this point only our setup is completed and everything is installed, everything is ready, and we can work with the Terraform now. So till this point.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, shall we go with the break now?
Yes, yes, yes. I have already announced it.
Okay,
So
okay, okay.
yeah, yeah. Yes. Okay, hello all. So I hope my screen is visible.
Sir, visible.
Okay, okay, thank you. All right, so let's continue working with the Terraform. So first, what we are going to discuss is the build infrastructure. How to build an infrastructure using Terraform. Okay. So prerequisite, I again emphasize on this. You need all these setups so that you can work with the Terraform. So you need Terraform CLI, AWS CLI installed, AWS account, and associate credentials that allow you to create the resources. Okay. Now, after that, the first thing is that we need to write our configuration as we already discussed, right? So there are only three steps. First, write. Second, plan. Third is the apply, right? So in step one, we are going to write the configuration. The setup files that describe our infrastructure in the Terraform is known as the Terraform configuration, right? And you will write the first configuration to define a single AWS EC2 instance. So we are going to create the EC2 single EC2 instance on AWS by using our Terraform script. Okay. So here are the steps. First, you need to create the Terraform project. So let me do it side by side so that okay, so clear screen. So let's create one project. So I will write here mkdir and I say terraform hyphen project. So this will be the my project directory. Okay. And here, so I have created the directory. I will write here. Let's jump into the Terraform uh, project directory. So Terraform project directory, right? So right now I am in my project directory, Terraform project directory, right? So let me check what are the contents here. So if I click here ls, so we have not created any files, right? So first step is that we need to write the, so we have created one directory, change the directory, and then now we are going to create our main script file that is called as the main.tf. Okay, so either I can say touch, or directly I will create a file also and I will open it into the IDE also. Okay, so you can use the any IDE. If you remember last we have used the nano, right? Here I am going to use the code and my file name is the main.tf. So here main.tf is my file name. Code is the Visual Studio Code shortcut. So it will open a main.tf file in my Visual Studio Code, right? Now you can give any name to your Terraform script, but main.tf is a standard. Okay, so always follow the standards. So I am going to press the enter. So now see, one main.tf file is created and my IDE, it is open in my main.tf IDE. So this is my Visual Studio Code IDE, right? Now here I have to write down the code, right? Code which Terraform will understand. So let me okay. So a very simple code. First you need to specify which provider you want. So I am going to write down this command like provider, and then I will in the double quote I mention here AWS. Okay, and then opening curly bracket and closing curly bracket. Okay, and then I need to mention here the region, in which region I am working. So if we have already set up the default region, right? I can skip this part, but it is again standard practice. So how to know the regions? You how to check? So if you in my right now this is my AWS account, right? So here I can see that these are the region names, right? If I want to work in the Asia Pacific, the region name is AP dash south dash one, right? If you want to create your resources in US East one, then the you should specify the name US dash East dash one. But I am going to work in my Mumbai region only. So here I will say AP dash south dash one, right? So this name should match AP dash south dash one. So this is the I have mentioned. So I am what I am doing right now, I am writing my Terraform script. What is the name of my file? That is a main dot and extension must be Terraform TF. Okay, after that I want to create the EC2 instance. So this is the keyword. Okay, resource is the keyword. Then I need to mention which resource I want to create. So aws instance. You might ask me, sir, and let me give the variable name also. I say it as a vm1. This is the variable name, you can give any name. Okay, so you might ask me how you are, how you know that you want to create the resource and you want this name should be. So let me tell you how to find it. So here on the Google, you can specify Terraform, Terraform AWS resource. Okay, and if you press the enter, it will be the official website to know all the AWS resources. So see here, this is the official website. Now from this list, I want to work with the EC2, right? If suppose you want to create the S3 bucket, so you can search here S3, right? And here if you see here aws resource, in the under the resource you can find the resource name, aws underscore s3 underscore bucket. And if you click on this, terraform provide you the help also, like, so here it is mentioned s3 bucket accelerated, or do you want to create the only s3 bucket acl, like this. Okay, so and here from the downside, it is also given the examples also how to use this resource in your terraform script. So everything is available, you just should be clear about with your requirements what exactly you wanted to do on the aws. So I can copy paste this also, and I can in a minute this will be done, right? So if you want to work with the aws s3 bucket, this is the way you can write. Resource is the keyword which is compulsory. Then this is the resource name, aws underscore s3 underscore bucket. This name is the variable name, you can give anything. This is the bucket name actually. Okay, so same way right now I am creating the ec2. So let me search the ec2 resource, right? So if you see here ec2 and under the resources, here it is mentioned aws underscore instance, right? So see here aws underscore instance. If I click here on the example, it is showing me how to create the aws instance. So all this script is ready. Okay, so this is the way how you can get the help also from terraform. Now let's continue with the script. So here I have mentioned resource, then you have to specify the resource name, which is a aws underscore instance, then the name of the instance. And now bare minimum two parameters you have to pass. One is, now we have yesterday already discussed, while creating the ec2 instance, first you need to specify the of your os image that we called as the ami, amazon machine image. So here also Terraform want, okay boss, I am going to create the EC2 instance, but please provide me which AMI, right? So for to get the AMI ID, you need to again visit your uh, Amazon AWS account, and here in the EC2 dashboard, or in the EC2 dashboard, if you click on the AMI images or AMI catalog, you will find the all the list of the images, right? Yesterday I shown you this, right? And here with the every image you will find there is a AMI ID, so we require this AMI ID. Okay, so if you want to create the EC2 instance of the Amazon Linux, so you need to provide this AMI ID to the Terraform. If you want to create the Ubuntu machine, let's say suppose Red Hat machine, so Red Hat machine have the different AMI ID. Okay, if you want to create the Ubuntu machine have the different AMI ID. Okay, so what I am going to create the Amazon machine only. So I will copy this AMI ID from this, just copy it and paste it in your script. So here AMI, and pasted this in the script. Okay, then another important parameter is required is the instance type. uh, do you remember yesterday we discussed T1, T2, T3, and I shown you that you can create the instance or server with the 94 CPUs and the 380 plus GB RAM, right? So here I need to mention the instance underscore type. Okay, and then we want the free tier machine. That's why I am going to write here T2 dot micro, T2 dot micro. Okay, and these two parameters are sufficient. Okay, another thing is that I want to give the name of my machine, so I will write down, this is the way you can write down the tags. Okay, so name is equal to, and then I say fdp server 1. So this is the tag name. Okay, tag name for my machine. So I have written only at max 12 or 10 line of code. Okay, and that's it. I save this part. Okay, so what are the steps? We created one project folder, then we do the cd, then we created one file called main.tf, and we wrote the one small script. For what purpose? To create the EC2 instance on the AWS. Okay, there you require this AMI ID and then instance type. Okay, and tag is optional, either you can give it or you can skip it. Okay, let me save this script and again jump back to my PowerShell. Okay, now now if you see here, if I say ls, I am able to see only main.tf file because that is what I have created right now, right? And now what is the first step? First step, same, if you remember the git part, we first started with the git init part, and what that git init does, it create one hidden folder in your folder, right, in your project folder. So same workflow here. The first terraform command is terraform init command. Okay, and what it is going to do, terraform is going to initialize this folder. Okay, initialize this folder, and it will check your main.tf file, and it will download all the required plugins to work with your provider. Okay, so just now we have mentioned my provider is the AWS, right? So let's see what Terraform does after issuing this command. Okay, so I click enter. So see what he is doing. He is saying initializing the backend. I am finding the latest version of HashiCorp/AWS provider. I am installing the AWS provider plugins. Okay, let's wait to complete this installation. Now see here. Now Terraform has been successfully initialized. Now again let me check what happened in my directory. I will again write the command ls. Now if you see, this .terraform folder is created by the Terraform. Okay, so that means, and inside the Terraform all the plugins are available. So if you want to see, so let me go to the C drive. Okay, so let me go to the C drive. Here we have created the Terraform project file, and there is a .terraform. See, this is my main.tf. This is my hidden folder .terraform. Inside that there is a provider. Inside that it has downloaded the AWS related all plugins. See, there are so many folders. Okay, what is we are interested now? Terraform knows that I need to work with the AWS, and he has downloaded all the required plugins for that. Okay, so I hope this part is clear. Okay, now let's issue the second command. As I said, what is our workflow said? First write, and then second part is the plan, right? So same command is there, that is called as the terraform plan. But before that, let me let me introduce you the two commands. One is called as the format. Okay, fmt command. So have you seen here, if suppose I have written this so just let me show you this. uh, I will just write down like this. Okay, ami like this, and then this equal to sign here, this equal to sign here, this equal to sign here. Okay, I am not following the standard practice of writing code. I'm just writing as I want. Okay, and then so there this, just observe this, there is a AMI equal to this instance like this. Okay, now I will save this, and I will issue the command terraform fmt. Now what fmt does, it formats your scripts, whatever the available scripts, and it makes it in a standard format. Okay, I will issue this command. So it is showing me that I have formatted the main.tf. Let's again visit. See here, how see, I have written the equal to here, but it is very beautifully formatted by the this command. So this is the another command called as the fmt command. there is one more command called as the validate command. So let me introduce few error first. Okay, so I will remove this double equal to quote, and then I save this. Okay, so you know that this is error, right? I have not closed this quotation, double quote. So now if I want, if there is a huge script, okay, and you made some changes, rather you there are some bugs or errors, so there is a very handy command provided by the Terraform called as the Terraform validate. Okay, so it will validate the errors. Now see, it is showing me कि invalid multi-line string, there is on main line number 7 there is a error. Okay, you have not you have not closed this. Okay, unterminated template string like this. So this validate command checks the errors, syntax errors. Okay, in your script. So let me again make it correct. I save it and again issue the command validate. Now it is validating your script. Okay, now see, once you got the success, that means yes, we are ready to go. Okay, so now we have till this point we have what steps we have covered. First, created the project, then written the one script file named main.tf. Then I have check everything. I mean, I have used the Terraform fmt command. I have used the Terraform validate command, right? Now the next step is the plan command. Do you remember that workflow? First write, then plan, and then apply. Okay, so for planning, Terraform provided us the command called as the Terraform plan. Now what plan does, it only gives you the plan, what changes he is going to make in your AWS resources, or how he is going to create the infrastructure, and he asks us to review your plan. Okay, it is not going to actually create the resources or infrastructure on your AWS cloud. It is just showing what he is going to do. And let me issue this command Terraform plan. So it will show me the complete plan of what changes, what are the things he is going to do. So see, this is the complete list. So what Terraform say after the Terraform use the selected providers to generate the following execution plan. Resource actions indicate plus means he is going to create, minus means it is going to delete. Okay, so Terraform will perform the following action. He says, as per your script, I am going to create the one AMI, one resource I will be created with the AMI ID this, and then all these parameters I'm going to add with your instance. Okay, here see, he said I will give the that new server as a FDP server 1 as a tag. Okay, so it is only a plan, he has not created anything, right? So this is the plan 1 to add. It gives you summary also. I am going to add one resource to your machine. Okay, so now final command. So I am okay with this. Okay, now this plan is okay. I want exactly this. I want one EC2 instance. Okay, so the command is terraform apply. Terraform apply will actually apply the changes and will create the EC2 instance on that. So before that, let me show you in my AWS account, so that there is no instances running right now. Okay, so if you see here in my AWS account, there is no instances running. Okay, and I am going to create one new instance through Terraform. Okay, so let me issue this command Terraform apply, and then it will again show the same output of the plan command, and it will ask me, do you I mean, are you sure? And then when I say yes, then only it will going to apply those changes. Okay, so again I will press enter here, Terraform apply. Okay. So what will happen is, first it will again display the output of planning. Okay, and then it will ask me, let's check if Terraform apply, enter. Okay, now it is showing me again the same plan, and it is asking me, do you want to perform these actions? I said yes. Okay, I want to perform this action, so I press yes and enter. Now it is showing me that invalid AMI ID, that this AMI ID is not found, okay, does not exist. So I need to change this, right? So resource AWS, and let me cross verify my instance ID. Okay. Uh, so AWS underscore instance one error creating EC2 instance invalid AMI ID not found the image ID. This. Okay. So let me check once whether I have written the correct AMI ID or not. So let me launch instance. So from here I will copy the AMI ID this, okay, Linux kernel, and maybe Control C, and I will go to my Visual Studio Code, and I will just AMI is equal to this, then instance t2 dot micro. This is correct. Let me check that Amazon machine t2 dot micro t2.micro. Okay, so let me save it once, and let me rerun the command. So let me just terraform apply. I hope this will work. Again it is giving me some error, so let me check the okay, now why this error is coming. Very good, this is very important to understand. Now see here, observe here, I am in the North Virginia region, and I am trying to create the resource in the AP South one. Okay, so remember this, even though you are using the same machines, the AMI IDs are different, the machine IDs are different in a regions. Okay, so now let me change this to my AP South one, and now let me again copy the new AMI ID. Okay, and now let me copy the new AMI ID. Okay, so right now I am in Mumbai region. I have copied this AMI ID. Let me change this. Okay, now I will save this, and I will again apply the same command. So let's say terraform apply. So point is that what we learn, that every region, even though you are creating the EC2 instance, all the AMI IDs are different in a different regions. Okay, now again it is asking me enter the value. I said yes. Now see here, it is showing me I am creating one AWS underscore EC2 instance dot VM1, because VM1 is our variable name. It is creating a EC2 instance for me. It is showing that is still creating. Right. So see, apply completed, resource one is added to your cloud, AWS cloud, and this is the ID, whatever the machine is created. No, it has provided me the ID of that machine. Okay. Now let's check in our EC2 dashboard. Okay. If I click here, so see here, FDP server one is ready now. Okay. So great. So we have created our first server, FDP server. How we will know? See here, in my Terraform script, I have written here FDP server 1. Okay, so it has created the FDP server 1 in my AWS account through this small script, to this small script. Okay, now I hope this is clear. So we have created one EC2 install. Okay, so now let me check my folder status now. Now this is very important to understand. It has created one file called as the terraform.tf state. Now how Terraform knows what is the current state of your resources in the AWS cloud? So it maintains everything in the one special file called as the .tf state file. So let me print this cat terraform tf state file. Okay, so exact copy of your resources is maintained by the Terraform in this tf.state file. If I remove this file, okay, so Terraform will not able to track my resources. As I said, that if you change anything in your resources, how Terraform will know that you have made any changes? Through it always compare your actual resources with the Terraform state file. Okay, so let me demonstrate that in a single moment, that how if we made any changes to our resources, how Terraform track that changes. Okay, so what I will do now, I will change the, I will delete, I will create the another Ubuntu machine instead of this machine. Okay, so let me go and let me copy paste the Ubuntu machine AMI ID. So AMI catalog, and then I will go down. Okay, Debian, Microsoft, and this is the Ubuntu. Okay, so this is the 20.4 LTS. Do you have any latest Ubuntu? Yes, we have the latest Ubuntu also. That is 22.4.0 LTS. Okay, so let me copy this AMI ID. Let me copy this AMI ID, and then I will make the change in my main.tf. I will just replace with the new AMI ID. Okay, and I will save this, and I will just issue the again the command that terraform apply. Terraform apply. Now remember, you have to initialize only once. Okay, there is no need to initialize again and again. And to review, you can give the command terraform plan, but terraform apply directly I can apply if I'm confident I know what changes I have did. Right, now we will understand how the terraform knows that there is a change, there is some change in your actual resources and the current file. Okay, now observe the symbols given by the this. Okay, so as I mentioned, if there is a plus sign, see, observe here, it is showing me that one instance is running right now and it is minus dash plus. The meaning is that now your current instance is the AMI Linux instance, right? And now right now I am going to create the Ubuntu machine. So it is going to delete this current resource and then add this new resource. So for that purpose, it use the minus slash plus. Okay, and this sign, this tilde sign, it represents that it is going to replace these parameters in place, but means there is no addition and deletion. Okay, and minus means it is going to delete this, and plus means it is going to add this. So this is very important. So minus slash plus means it is going to delete the old one and created the new one. Tilde means it is going to replace these parameters in place. Okay, so let apply this, let's apply this. I said yes, apply, destroy the old one and create the new machine for me, a new Ubuntu machine. So see here, first it is destroying that previous old infrastructure, and then it will create the new infrastructure for me. Is screen is visible? Someone said screen is not visible. Are you
It
able
is
to see
visible,
my?
sir.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you,
yes.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so see now my changes are applied and my new machine is ready. But see, I have not changed my tags and everything, right? So if I check here in my EC2 dashboard, if I running, so now tag name is same, but my instance ID is different. Now it is a Ubuntu machine and not the Amazon Linux machine. Okay, so this is the way we can work with the Terraform. So till this point we discuss Terraform init command, Terraform, then you need to, I mean Terraform init command, then you need to write the script of Terraform, then you apply, give the command Terraform plan, then Terraform apply, then Terraform FMT for formatting your screen, and Terraform validate to validate your scripts. Okay. Now suppose let's say you have done with everything. Okay, I want to delete this resource now. I am done with my resource and now delete. So the last command is Terraform destroy. Terraform destroy command. Okay, and again see how intelligent the Terraform is. It first again create a plan that what it is going to destroy for you. Okay, whatever written in the Terraform state file, again remember this is very very important. Tf.state file is very very important for the Terraform. So whatever the mention in the tf.state file, it says I will delete those resources also. Now after Terraform destroy, it will again show me the complete plan, what resources he is going to delete. So when I said Terraform apply, it everything it shows me these are the things, these are the resources I'm going to add with the plus sign. Now I said destroy, so it is going to it is given me the list. All these resources I'm going to destroy. Are you sure? Do you want to continue? I again said yes. Delete all these resources and yes. Okay. Now it will show me it is destroying this AMI ID and all that. Okay. So here we completed the workflow of the Terraform. Okay. Now from this you will able to understand the power of Terraform, why this tool is so popular nowadays in industry, or nowadays industry is moving to the infrastructure as a code. Okay. So through this script, now I can give you this script, this small script to you. I can share this script and I will ask you to run only these three commands: Terraform plan, Terraform apply, and see your resources are ready. Okay, how it is very easy, instead of clicking 10 times at 10 different places, right? So let's check what is the output. So see, now destroy is complete. Let me check in my terminal. It is still showing because let me refresh the state and see here. There is no instance is running now. Okay, I will refresh it. So this is the way how it work. Now, okay. So now let me check the cat Terraform state file. Okay, Terraform state file. And have you seen all that resources has gone? Okay, now it is showing me there is nothing in my TF state file because I have deleted everything. Okay, so the next concept is uh, uh, okay. First we'll discuss about the input and output. Okay. Now many times what happened, let me check my content of the main file. Okay, so see here we have created these resources. There is one more thing. Okay, so this is my small script, right? Now what happened, you already know the functions in the C programming and the CPP and all that. You are aware about this, right? So we always try to create the variables. Okay, what is the advantage of variables? The advantage of variables is that you can any point of time, it will be very easy for you to set the variable name, right? And you can pass the values. Okay, so same way, if you observe here, now the name of the server, that is FDP server 1, is the static value. Okay, I don't want to do this, I want to make it dynamic. Okay, so for that purpose you can create the another file called as the variables.tf. Just a moment. Okay, so what we can do, instead of giving these static values, we can create the variables. Okay, so let me create the another file called as the, so here I will write code variables.tf, variables.tf. Okay, and now in variables.tf, what I'm going to do, instead of giving this FTP server name here, I can pass it, I can create the variable instance name, and through that variable I can pass my variable value to the main.tf. Okay, so how to do that? I have created the one simple file called variables.tf, and the format is like this: variable, and then you have to specify the variable name. It might be anything. Okay, so I say instance underscore name, this is the variable name, and then you need to pass the three parameters. One is the description of this variable, so I say this is a new variable, for instance name, this is description just to describe your variable. Okay, after that the type, there are, you know that there are different types of variables, so this is my string variable. Okay, and the third one is the default value. If suppose I will not pass the command line argument, you can pass the variable name through command line also. If not passed, then what default value you want to take? So I will say var example, var, rather I will say machine name, machine, or rather server, server 1. This is the default value of this variable. Okay, so what we did, we created one file called as the variables.tf. In that I have created the one variable called instance underscore name, and I have written that it is a string type variable, and the default value of this is the server 1. Okay, now I want to refer this variable in my main.tf. Okay, so instead of writing this name, instead of giving this hard coded name, now I can write here var dot, var dot, so this is the that means it is the variable var, and then you have to specify this variable name, instance underscore name. Okay, so I will write here var instance underscore name. Okay, and that's it. Now this becomes a very handy. Now I am not mentioning the name, okay, hard coded value, rather I am taking it from another file called as the variables.tf. Now let's rerun this code. Okay, so what I am going to do, again terraform apply directly. Okay, and sorry, I miss it. There is a one flag called hyphen hyphen auto approve. So as you know that it will show me the complete plan, and then it will ask me whether yes or no. So instead of that, you can skip that part by issuing that auto approve. Okay, here is the, let's check the tag name. Okay, now if you see here, tag name is your server 1. Okay, so I have not provided the in the name dot, I have not provided the tag name, but it has been taken from your variables.tf file. Okay, these are the inputs to your main.tf. Again, why these are important? When your script become very big, and when you pass the dynamic values to your script, you can create the variable, you can pass the variables to your main script. That is the advantage of this. Okay, so yes, so it is creating the instance with the tag name server 1. Okay, so that is one part. The another, the same way, when the instance is created, it always provide you the two things. So try to understand, when the AWS EC2 instance is created, after that you required certain parameters to work with that instance, right? Maybe it's public ID, IP, or maybe it's ID, instance ID. Okay, so we can create the output file now, where we can store these values after running the script, after running the Terraform script. Whatever the output I will get, I will store that in my output file. Okay, let it finish. So it's just understand like this. There is a one main code, you are passing some dynamic values through variables, and after running the code you are catching some values in your output variable. So this is the way how it works basically, input and outputs. So I hope it is creating resources. Okay. Uh, okay, let me. It's taking so much time. So okay, either let's wait or meantime, I will create another project so that I wanted to show you the two different resources, how to create the two different resources, and then we'll run that also. So let me minimize this. I will create another project. Okay, meantime. So let me close this my Visual Studio Code. AWS instance VM1 is creating. Okay, so done. So this is done. Okay. Creation completion is done. So let me check in my EC2 account. So see here, one instance is running, and now the name of that server is server1, which we pass through the variables.tf. That is the important concept. Okay. Now let's write another file uh, called as the outputs.tf. So let me clear the screen right now. We have main.tf file, we have variables.tf file. Okay. So now after creating the instance, I want to catch two values. Okay. That is the instance ID and the public IP of my instance. So let me create another file called as the code outputs.tf file. Okay. To catch the two values. Okay. So code outputs.tf, and how to write down the this code. The keyword is the output, and then you have to mention the output variable name. So I say instance underscore id. So in the instance underscore id, I am going to catch my instance id after creation. Okay. Description, again description is optional, you can skip it. Collecting instance id, collecting instance id. Okay. And then it is very important to collect the value. Okay. Now how to refer this is important. So let me open the files. Let me I am just opening the file in the code. Okay. Open with code. Close. Okay. So rather let me open this folder with the code. Okay. So I will close open folder. I will close this open folder, and then I will click here as a Terraform project. Select folder. Okay. Now all folder are here. Okay. Yes, I trust. So in the outputs.tf, I also want this main.tf, output.tf, and variables.tf. Okay. Now see here, we are in the outputs.tf, right? I want to catch the value. To catch the value of what? My instance. But how to refer that instance? So you have to refer the instance like this. Okay. AWS underscore instance. So this is the value I am taking, AWS underscore instance dot. What is the name of that instance? That is VM1. So I will copy here again VM1 dot ID. So please collect the ID of this instance and store in this variable instance underscore ID. So this is the way how it works. Now let's say suppose you want to collect the public IP also. So I will say output and then say instance underscore public underscore id. This is the name of my variable, you can give any name. Then again I will say description, and I say collecting public ip. Okay. And then what is the value is very important. Okay. So how you are going to refer this? Again, aws instance dot vm1 dot public underscore IP. So this is the way how it works actually. Okay, and now I save this output file and I will run again the Terraform apply. So Terraform apply. So this said description spelling is wrong. So I need to DSCRIPTION description. Okay, so again I will say Terraform apply, so that it will also catch the variables and store it into the outputs. Okay, so see now there are no changes, so see done. And now see here, so whatever the two variables I have mentioned, instance ID and the instance public ID, that are catch and store the values. So after running, these variables are ready now. Okay, so now why you require these variables? Again I said many times, from this, once you got this output, no, you can decide further what you wanted to do. So that's why you required output also. Okay, so till this point we discuss about how to create the main.tf, what is the variables.tf to pass the variables to your script, and how to cache the output after running your main.tf, how to collect the outputs. Okay, so if this part is clear, or do you have any doubts? If it is clear, then please type 1. Okay, great. Thank you, ma'am. So, as I mentioned, that's it. I mean, this is the starting point to work with the Terraform, and I have covered all the concepts. Okay. The best resource to learn Terraform. Let me show you the your further guidelines also. So, see, here is a Terraform documentation is there. Terraform documentation, and they have very amazing documentation. Okay, so I want Terraform documentation. Okay, so if you visit this site, this is the Terraform documentation. Why this is important? Because they have provided with a video tutorial also. Okay, so this is very good point to start. So I request you to please go through it. So see here, you write the code, you plan, and then you apply. Why Terraform? He is one of the co-founder of the Terraform. Okay, so in this way you can learn. This is a good site. I request you to refer this site. uh, this is a amazing videos are there. So if you click on this get started now, so see here what is infrastructure as a code. So you can refer. So let me give you the link. Okay, uh, because it becomes more and more complex. So I want today's session is to, you should understand what is infrastructure as a code, what tools is available, how to use these tools. Okay, and what is the power of this tool, and why these are popular. Because there is no, now if I run it 100 times, this script, if I run 100 times, you will get the same result. Okay, so that is important. So that's it from my side today. If you have any question, please ask. I hope you like all these sessions, uh, and if you and you learn something new from this.
Yeah, participants, if you have any queries, you can please ask. Or you can just keep the same message in the group chat box so that I can just unmute you. Otherwise, for some particular time, let me just unmute you.
Just from my side, Terraform is a very highly demanded skill nowadays. Uh, And as I mentioned that AWS also provide the same infrastructure as a code tool, that is a cloud formation. Okay, Swati ma'am, I don't think I don't know. I mean, I take it positive that everyone understood this. Uh, so can
Okay,
we
okay, sir.
end? Yeah, yes.
Yeah, sir, I do have a doubt actually. You said like through AWS also we can work for this Terraform, right?
No, 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 no. Terraform
We
is a different tool. Just similar the infrastructure as a code. So if you want to use infrastructure as a code concept in AWS, then
okay,
you can use the AWS itself provide a tool called Cloud Formation.
okay, sir. Like how about duplicating the resources in the Terraform, sir? Can we do it?
Yes, just you have to mention the count. Count is equal to whatever the mention. Okay, so you need to pass only count is equal to 2, count is equal to 10. So those many resources are created at the same time.
Okay. And like, sir, what about like, for example, if we have multiple deployments that we have to perform on the Terraform, is it possible, sir?
Yes, yes, you can in a single script you can create the you can create the instance on AWS, you can create the instance of Google GCP, you can create the instance of Azure also. Okay, so
Okay. So, like for example, if we have any, okay, if we really wanted to contact any issues and all that are arising on the Terraform and all, can we contact you, sir, directly? So, can you hear me?
yes, you are audible, ma'am. Sorry, just give me one
Oh,
minute. I wanted to show you that script also if it is
okay,
available. Okay, just give
okay,
me
sir.
one minute. So yes, you can refer this or you can refer the official documentation of how to create the multi-cloud deployment.
Sir, we can't see any screen here
Which we
actually.
will be trying to find out. So far, what I have done is I already know I will either be fitting a straight line, I will either be fitting a S-shaped curve. So I said a sigmoid, all that I'm okay. But what I have given on
Uh,
the screen is
Hello,
very, very different, isn't it? It doesn't fit into
Lavanya
a
ma'am.
sigmoid. It fits into two sigmoids maybe. Yeah, it does fit into two or three sigmoids. I can have one
Sir, sorry for the
here.
disturbance. Let me just check with the options. Okay, I just muted everybody, sir. Sir, can you hear me? 1 second. I think I muted everybody along with you. Just a moment. Let me just unmute you. Okay, sir, can you please check your thing?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Now can you please share it, sir?
Yeah, I have actually posted two links in the chat box. So
Okay.
let me share my screen also.
Okay.
So see here,
Yes,
here
sir. We
it
can
is.
see it.
Yeah, so here is the official documentation of multi-cloud deployment by AWS only. So
Okay,
see,
sir.
deploy serverless function with the AWS Lambda, Microsoft Azure
Okay.
directory, and Google
Okay.
Cloud also.
Okay.
So it is uh, provided and it is available. You can work with the
Acha,
multiple.
acha, acha, acha.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Sir, it is really very nice to be with you for these 3 days, sir. And we really wanted to learn a little more hands-on on this because
Yes.
while you are explaining this, we are unable to run that fast along with
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we really look forward to it, sir. Like if it is possible, we'll just go with full 1 week session on only hands-on, sir, if it is possible.
Definitely. I mean, I would love to do the hands-on session. But again, what is the difficulties or challenges is that everyone should be have the equal environment setups and all.
Exactly, sir.
So
Exactly.
that is very big challenge to conduct the
Even
DevOps.
I was
Right?
actually trying to catch you up with those commands and all, but I couldn't make it to be true. I was just with all windows with me, but I am unable to do it.
Right.
Probably if you can come offline over here, then that would be really good, I guess. So like we can
Yes.
just go with the offline session also, so that we
Definitely.
can directly interact with you.
Right. That will be great. So
Um.
still, but for a point for everyone, I request you to please go through the documents of the Terraform. Those are very amazing. I mean,
Okay, sir. Definitely, sir. I'll post this one in the FDP groups as well.
sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I think we can close the session today with
Yes.
this.
Yes. Thank you everyone for your patience listening and giving me opportunity.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Bye. Take care.
Okay, sir.